Welcome to episode 124 of Märklin TV. Here we will take a first look at some of the model samples from the fantastic new fall program from Märklin, Trix and LGB. Have fun with it! Let's begin with diesel locomotives. Starting off is 360-204, the good old V60. It hauls light freight trains and is equally tireless when shunting. The HFO model will be released in a one-time series for MHI and offers a wide range of features.
Das Modell bekommt vorne und hinten eine Telex-Kupplung.
The model is equipped with a telex coupler at the front and the rear, which can be switched digitally. We have also included couplers with a controlled automatic maneuver, and the locomotive is, typical for the era, painted in Orient red. But it is not a freshly painted bright Orient red, but a very faded one. In addition, the locomotive will be weathered, so that we get a coherent model to the prototype, as it operated during that time.
Ein stimmiges Modell.
The prototype photo aptly reflects the color condition. 3 sliding wall boxcars come into the assortment to go with the Class 360. They already have authentic weathering marks from the factory. Not every customer makes the effort at home to prepare their models as they eventually operate outdoors.
Wie sie dann letztendlich draußen auch fahren.
An interesting freight train in operating condition around the year 2000, as it was on the main and branch lines. We enjoy the sound of the Wumme, a new design from 2023 that has already been delivered and is now getting matching cars.
Wir haben für die Tiger-Trommel ein Wagenset.
We have a car set for the Tiger drum in the fall novelty program. It consists of 3 4-axle line bucket cars. These are nice privately owned cars from the Buna Chemical Works in Schkopau, Germany, and they go very well with this diesel locomotive. You can form a nice unit train with them. The set includes 3 cars with different car numbers and prototypical unloading nozzles. Another set can then be used to recreate a proper Era 4 freight train of the GDR Reichsbahn. This is followed by a powerful diesel locomotive offered by Märklin and Trix, which is a freight train locomotive in its current operating condition. Yes, the ES44AC from General Electric, a fascinating locomotive. Anyone who has ever had the good fortune to experience the locomotive live is thrilled. You stand in front of it, amazed and wide-eyed. It's just big, bigger USA. Fascinating. A unit train hauled by 2 GE ES44AC. Anyone who can run trains on his layout that are so long that they still require the assistance of another locomotive will be happy. We have announced 2 versions of the Union Pacific so far and have now selected a very colorful version of the Kansas City Southern. It is a real eye-catcher on any layout, with its black basic color scheme and the yellow and red elements. The heavy metal model will have a built-in smoke generator that produces a dynamic smoke output. A centrally mounted motor powers all 4 axles through cardan shafts. An MFX Plus decoder operates on board. Matching cars can be found in the form of hopper cars, trade show novelties from Märklin and Trix. USA fans will definitely get their money's worth with these models. And for those who are not yet fans, they might become one in light of these images. This railway star is also among the novelties.
Ja, natürlich haben wir auch für die Schweizer Freunde wieder ein schönes Modell.
We have a nice model for our Swiss friends in our fall novelty program. The heavy-duty electric locomotive RE66 or RE620 in a rather rare prototype and also in our model. The locomotive still has the round headlights and a UIC socket on top. It has the slanted handlebar on the front as well as a ladder and is equipped with an air conditioning unit. So it's a combination that we haven't had in this form in the model and which is equally rare in the prototype.
Modell selber noch nicht hatten und die auch im Vorbild, glaube ich, eher selten vorzufinden ist.
The RE66 is the Gotthard locomotive par excellence, and after the accident in the base tunnel on 10th of August 2023, it has once again been traveling more frequently over the legendary mountain route.
Das ist natürlich die Legende am Gotthard.
It is a legendary Gotthard locomotive and coupled together with the RE442 can form the mighty powerhouse RE1010, which will surely bring any freight train safely through the Gotthard or even over the Gotthard. The metal model of the 620063 is also available through Trix and has been fitted with a centrally mounted motor that operates on the two outer bogies by means of a cardan. As is currently the case with the prototype, a freight train, here with the RE442 also rolls over the mountain route in the model. The cars are also from the Fall Novelty program. The three-part set consists of SBB cargo 4-axle container cars, each loaded with two removable swap bodies. The flat cars for containers are made of metal and feature numerous separately applied details. Thanks to the included swivel bases, the swap bodies can also be set up at a storage location. A very attractive car set with a Gotthard Railway flavor and an asset to any HAVO layout based on the Swiss prototype. Let's clear the stage for a cult model celebrating its 70th birthday. An original of this engine still exists, 89008 in the Mecklenburg Railway Museum in Schwerin. It can be admired there. However, the museum experienced a fatal blow on July 31st, 2023, when a fire broke out there. Fortunately, the railroad vehicles were not damaged, including the small locomotive. A total of 10 of these shunting locomotives were built at Berliner Maschinenbau AG in 1934 and 1938.
Märklin verbindet Generationen.
Märklin connects generations. Today, when a grandfather plays with his grandson and the grandson is given a starter set containing this 890, the locomotive 3000, then the grandfather can say as the grandson plays with it, "Oh, I had one of them too." It's enough to give me goosebumps, because normally you would say higher, faster, further. But I find such a small locomotive with so much history and this entrance into the world of Märklin railroading quite enchanting. In 2002, the CM800 even appeared in a small edition as a gold locomotive during Märklin's annual press conference. The train set includes various Era 3 cars that are equipped with relics couplers. C-tracks, connection box, power supply and mobile station complete the set. And of course the digital model of an 890 with special motor and MFX decoder. Happy 70th birthday! N-gauge fans can look forward to a well-proven workhorse. The 294-594. The model is a reproduction of its prototype in operating condition around 2015. It is a remotorized version with a new ventilation system. The digital locomotive supports MFX and DCC. All 4 axles are powered. What makes it special is that it has a new diesel engine sound and the vodka railings on the sides, a beloved feature by the staff. So it's got additional safety railings, especially for the shunting attendant. Class 294 engines are still active prototypes. A set of 3 VTG Type Eanos high-side gondolas is available for contemporary freight train operation on the layout. Real small pieces of wood serve as the load. Equipped with traction tires and a metal body and running gear, the 294 readily takes its cars in tow. Models made for recreating everyday freight railroading on the layout. This version of the locomotive is also new.
Die V200 wird zum Hirsch, weil sie ein Geweih trägt.
The V200 has turned into a stag because it has antlers on it. In other words, we've installed an AEV here, a de-icing device that basically allows you to keep the windows clear of ice and snow.
Zu befreien.
A delightful detail that makes the small engine a real eye-catcher. Colors play an important role in model railroading and graphics. One term is already iconic in this regard.
Also Pantone ist ein Farbsystem.
Pantone is a color system that offers ready-mixed colors. We have a catalog here with all possible shades, so you have a reference when you pick a certain color. Then you say, I would like the tone Pantone number so-and-so.
Ich hätte gerne den Ton Pantone Nummer so und so.
Pantone 18-1750. This is not just any color number, but color of the year 2023, a powerful hue called Viva magenta. Together with graphic elements, it defines the appearance of a freight car.
Eine Farbe allein ist vielleicht dann doch ein bisschen langweilig.
One color alone would be a bit blasé. I have to see how I can use a good color combination to explicitly emphasize this color.
Ja.
Hallo Dirk.
Hi Timo, hallo.
Timo Eberle is the car's product manager.
Und was mir sehr gut gefallen hat,
And what I really liked were these reds, orange. I wouldn't mix it too much, but maybe a little bit, so we're in that orange range. And then I would incorporate that logo shape and add a few shades.
diese Logoform übernehmen, einfach nur in Abstufungen.
Passt ganz gut, weil gerade also wenn man
This already looks quite good. If you had used something else, it would have put the Viva magenta somewhat in the background, because they are also very dominant colors.
Genau. Also meine Idee war, dass ich die Grundfarbe, den
My
ganzen
idea
Wagen,
was to have the whole car in this particular color, and then we combine harmonizing colors with it graphically, so that as a whole it gives off a nice appearance.
in sich eine nette Erscheinung gibt.
In the color department, Stefanie Koch is also working on the car. She has received print data from Dirk Hundsdorfer to create a proof sample.
Hallo. Hey.
Hi.
Jetzt du hast angerufen.
You called? Yes, a proof sample. Can you take a look?
Ja. Also die Vorgabe ist ganz klar, dass man diese Farbe verwenden muss. Also ganz klar, Viva Magenta ist die Vorgabe.
The requirement is clear. You have to use this color Viva magenta. There is no wiggle room. The car body is painted in this color, and the rest of the design is applied using digital printing. We focused entirely on the design and left the rail technology out of it with this car. The design plays a role here along with this strong, vibrant color Viva magenta. Models in HAVO and Z or Z will be released in this color.
Das ist das Schöne an der Modellbahn.
That's the beauty of model railroading. You can do whatever you want. And when you line up this Pantone car with a train and it comes out of a tunnel and runs over the layout, then the car becomes an eye-catcher.
Ein Gast dann auch ein Hingucker.
But the car's unique appearance has an invigorating effect beyond the layout. The Pantone cars open up a new, exciting field of collecting. We are already looking forward to seeing which Pantone color will be awarded the title Color of the Year next year. The Z or Z-gauge novelties have been kicked off by the trainset Holiday Train together with the corresponding Class 140 locomotive. The 140 model has a bell-shaped armature engine on board and reproduces the operating condition around 1972. That is, Era 4. The associated Bundesbahn 3-axle rebuilt cars are also in the same era. The set consists of 3 permanently coupled pairs of cars. There is a system coupler at each end. Now to the freight traffic. The train of the Verkehrsgesellschaft Eisenbahnfreunde Westerwald, EFW for short, consists of 4 FAS 126 with a gravel load and 1 212.
Also es ist ja bekannt, dass
It is a well-known fact that private rail transport companies obtain ex-state railroad engines in order to run work train services and other services with them. And EFW is also such a company. It has beautifully restored this locomotive in old red, with an EFW cookie, where the DB cookie used to be. Behind it, you can see the side dump cars for a corresponding construction train.
entsprechend fahren zu können.
And the next Z-gauge model is also all about freight trains. For MHI we have a 221, an Oberhausen Easter egg, a V200.1, later 221, and with a very special road number, 221-120-9. In the time in which the locomotive and the associated container car set are set, it belonged to the Essen Railroad Directorate, to the Oberhausen 1 Railroad Depot. The Era 4 model will have a bell-shaped armature motor and a drive operating on all 4 axles. Dark wheel threads complete the locomotive's special look. A magical winter wonderland in Gauge 1, including various digital functions, a telex coupler, and snowed in by a masterful hand. The Köfferli, an SBB CE681, will be released in an exclusive one-time series.
Es wird ein harter Schneefall inszeniert.
Snowfall is simulated here, through which the Köfferli has to run. A green snowy Köfferli that has the same technical features as the 2 Köfferlis that we have already produced in green and brown in Gauge 1. The highly detailed professional model made of metal comes with a certificate of authenticity. The windshield wiper stroke, which gives the locomotive engineer a clear view, is a particularly special eye-catcher. A Christmas Railroad acid transport car greets viewers with its containers covered in 24-karat gold in half-O gauge. A fabulous gift idea. 2 Christmas carols can be heard through the festively decorated 892412. An MFX Plus decoder makes it possible. The little locomotive also shines with its fine running gear, with replicated Allen controls. This year's Z-scale Christmas car is a thunderbox in a basic color reminiscent of gingerbread, and whets the appetite for model railroading. And as we all know, Christmas is the peak season for model railroading. The 1K number 3 of the Royal Saxon State Railways in Era 1 design is the latest LGB addition to the assortment, including a ball-bearing Bühler motor, smoke set and MFX DCC decoder. The prototype engine was manufactured in 1881, which is also documented on the model. The first narrow-gauge locomotives of this class were built in that year, 44 in total. In keeping with the locomotive and the era, there will also be 2 cars. The Saxon covered freight car 1855K with movable sliding doors, and the 4122K open freight car. Both models have metal wheel sets. The respective prototypes are still in use today on various Saxon narrow-gauge railroads as museum cars. The small diesel locomotive V10C from the Pressnitztalbahn is presented with full digital equipment for Era 6. 100 of the 500 locomotives are still in service today on various museum railroads. The engine sound, just like that of the 1K, will also be audible in analog operation. Reminiscent of the historic Märklin catalogs, half-O models are being effectively printed with the motifs of old title pages for the first time, marking the start of the Märklin catalog car series. Refrigerator cars with attached steps and roof vents serve as the basis. The front one reproduces the cover of the 1930 Märklin catalog. It shows a powerful express steam locomotive with large wind deflectors. The printing is done in a special way.
Wir haben bei diesem Wagen dann das Märklin-Logo.
On this car here we have a raised Märklin logo, which is applied during the painting phase. The painting has different layers of coloring and printing, which makes the whole thing look very three-dimensional, and not as if the picture was just slapped on. It comes alive, and you have lots of possibilities for creative interpretation. The second car is decorated with the cover of the 1929 Märklin catalog. An electric locomotive and a steam locomotive can be seen in a dynamic pose. An image that makes the fascination of railroading very palpable.